Not everyone is going to be doctor, lawyer, engineer, etc. You can aim low and still be successful. I work as a CNC machinist. I make a decent good living and love what I do. I have had people tell me that I can do better and make more money, but I don't want those high-paying careers cause I wouldn't be happy doing it and it's way too stressful for me. Why can't people just accept that not everyone is going to want those types of careers, but they can still earn a good living doing what they want to do? Why is it if you aren't a doctor or engineer you aren't considered successful? Side note, I'm a female CNC machinist. This reminds me of celebrities and how everyone wants to be one. People need to realize that the small people are sometimes more important and influential than the big name hotshots. Of course, social media treats it like the opposite, so now everyone thinks that you must be famous or rich or else you're a failure. I'm a plumber, make a decent living, have a wife, 2 kids, a little house, but we are happy. I think more educated jobs take more time and less time for family and stuff. Woo. I got into nasty fights with my Asian dragon mum over not wanting to become a medical doctor. I had good grades and interest in biology, but I know I have a mercurial temper and would punch a patient in the face. I became a microbiologist instead and can happily genocide millions of bacteria all day every day. Lawyer here. I happily tell people wanting advice about becoming a lawyer to run as far and as fast as they can away from this profession. I'm a maintenance technician. From 2nd grade till the day I graduated I was at the bottom of my class. I nearly didn't graduate on time. But I did. Had no idea what to do with my life, but once I got into a factory I quickly figured out being in a dead-end position for the rest of my life to support my family wasn't gonna work out. Went to a tech school and worked my way into a maintenance position. And coming from a not very mechanical household, I'm pretty fucking good at what I do. But I also go into every day and project with every intention in learning something new, and I don't ever walk around acting like I know it all, and I think that's really made an impact. The world would fall into anarchy without men, or women. I was a machinist for many years. I got out of it to take a high-paying, high-stress, high-responsibility job. I often miss that job though. I made some really cool stuff, but they weren't paying, and sometimes it really is just about the money. Yup, I'm a scientist, love it and make 6 figures. Would quit in a second to live a less stressful life, so much baggage comes with career growth. Not even successful. Just be happy at what you do. Even doctors, lawyers, and engineers need plumbers and electricians. Also someone to fix those fancy cars. If you love what you do, you are successful. I think people should do whatever they want if they can take care of themselves, save for their future, and live the standard of life they want. However, if they decide to have children, then they have to be conscious of the money it takes to raise him/her. I heard this true story about a man whose dad was an artist and refused to talk about or plan their finances because he thought that was selling out. They had money troubles, stress, and insecurity all throughout his life. I think it's selfish to have kids and then not take care of the real responsibilities that come along with that. WTF, just don't have kids then and do whatever you want, within the law. Mike Rowe has done a good job of helping this opinion along. The trades may change over time, but the need for people skilled in them doesn't. As an engineer I am honored to be on that list along with doctors and lawyers. I'm a fucking idiot lol. I think the sentiment is that when we are younger you are presented with few options as potential jobs, and they usually fall under these high-profile careers. When I was a kid I only knew of a few jobs as options, which were things like doctor, teacher, lawyer, vet. It wasn't until I got older that I fully realized how vast the job market is, not meaning what is currently open/hiring, but just a job that exists. It was honestly a little shocking, because you didn't typically see most jobs on TV/movies. It sort of sets the standard that if you don't have this high-profile career you must be unhappy/underpaid/unsuccessful, which may be true but probably isn't. My brother is dealing with this right now. He's super smart but just isn't interested in being a DR, lawyer, whatever. he's actually doing really well in his goal to be a pro video game player, not saying what game. But my dad and stepmom are pushing and pushing for him to go to college and be super successful, by their standards not his, and it's just stressing him out. So he's moving in with me on Sunday. Replace CNC machinist with CNA caregiver, and I'm a copy of this post. The only thing I wish was different is the years of trauma I went through thinking I'll never be successful enough to have a good life. So many lies are told to kids. And that includes coming from educational professionals too. I was checking out a new doctor one time. The office was in a nice part of the city. The staff all looked quite professional. I went into the waiting room to be seen. While waiting, I hear this voice going on and on about how his 2 adult children are both going to the best colleges possible and how successful they are. He kept going on and on bragging about his kids. His kids were about the same age as me. He didn't know me at all. I have lots of tattoos and at the time some piercings too. The doctor walks in and the first words out of his mouth were something about how I shouldn't have so many tattoos. It was him. He was the mad bragger. Through the visit he insulted me. I walked out and told my friend who was in the lobby what happened. My friend makes a somewhat funny scene in protest and we walked out. I still think about that guy once in a while. The poor values he held. How you treat a stranger. He thinks he is successful but instead he is the best paid loser I've met, I think. I wouldn't consider him successful. Profitable, maybe. Not successful. I do think about my local grocery store manager. I dropped a box of blueberries and I was so embarrassed. He was so kind about it. You could tell he really didn't give a damn and just wanted me to know it's all good. Every time I see the store manager he is just so happy. That's success. It's all BS. Better off finding this out early, imho. There is no purpose or goal. Never was. Do things interesting to you, with resources earned and time reserved. That is all.